Hello and welcome to Island 4 of this week's Boss Rush. Today we're going to be starting off with Sada and a 002 Spike Factory, Smart Spikes, and we will be setting the targeting to right next to the track so that it hits phase but not any of the balloons, as well as a Dart Monkey down here for defense. Without further ado, let's get started. As we take down these phase levels, we'll be upgrading to fast production, even faster production, use the Sada ability, mow up Shredder, and get down a second factory who will also be a 032, and set the targeting right here in the middle of the track, as well as moving the targeting of the first spike factory to that middle of the track. Get up a third spike factory, set target to the middle of the track, and now we're going to have to buy a spike bolt with very quick shots to help defend. Keep buying more and more spike factories. Of course, remember to set the target and use Moab Shredder on all of them. And now we're going to get up an embrittlement with faster firing to both help deal with the balloons and to deal more damage to phase. Get a rubber to gold with larger potions on last so that we can get more money from these balloons. And I make a couple mistakes here, but this is a pretty easy boss, so it doesn't matter. Just buy another Moab Shredder and get a Juggernaut, make sure it's on first still. And to help out on defense and offense, we're going to get an Operation Dartstorm on Wing Monkey, although Infinity or Figure 8 will work just as well. Next up, we're going to get a Super Brittle, and you're going to see we're going to really start dealing damage now. And buy 2 more Moab Shredders. There's no exact number. You can buy more, you can buy a little bit less. Doesn't really matter. Up next, to get a bigger pawn, we're going to upgrade a Snowstorm with larger radius and then get a Sky Shredder up. We're going to be starting off with a Middle Path Spectre. Do not buy the Operation Dartstorm, that is obviously a mistake. So you get a Spectre and the Middle Path, and put it onto Wing Monkey. Now we are going to place down just a couple of Dart Monkeys to prepare for Plasma Monkey Fan Club, as phase is coming much closer and we're waiting for more money in order to buy the Flying Fortress. Here we're just placing down 0-0s, and now once phase is out of the range, we can start selling all the Spike Factories, or get a Super Monkey Fan Club first. And now that phase is out of the range, we're going to start selling up all the Spike Factories, getting a Flying Fortress, and selling our Super Brittle for an embrittlement, much closer to where phase is now, and upgrading our Dart Monkeys to 302s. Here I upgrade a couple of them to Super Monkey Fan Clubs, which is okay. However, these are not ideal positions for them. And it's not the perfect time. You want to buy these after you get the Plasma Monkey Fan Club, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to get up a second embrittlement for when phase is closer, and this one's going to have larger radius because once you get it to a Super Brittle, it doesn't really matter. Upgrade to a Super Brittle, and start placing more Dart Monkeys for when we get the Plasma Monkey Fan Club. And of course, if you did buy these Super Monkey Fan Clubs, you can use their abilities. And we're just going to keep on prepping more and more darts. These are going to be closer to the center of the track so that we can hit phase the entire time. And these are just to prep for the Plasma Monkey Fan Club. Now that we have all the stuff prepped, we can speed things up a little bit and pick a Super Monkey with a cooldown that is about to be ready. And that will be the one you turn into the Plasma Monkey Fan Club. And once you get it up, you're going to want to use the ability as soon as you possibly can. And then you're going to want to start upgrading these prepared Dart Monkeys to triple shots with enhanced eyesight, of course, otherwise they cannot hit phase. You can sell Sada now as it's not in range of anything, and keep on upgrading your Dart Monkeys. Now that most of our Dart Monkeys are upgraded, we're going to move the Super Brittle so that it's up higher and able to keep on hitting phase, and make sure to give it the extended range, as selling it and rebuying it over and over again costs a lot of money, and it still has full uptime without the range, or without the attack speed bonus, using the range instead. And get up a second embrittlement in a higher location so that it will be able to hit phase for a longer time. As long as it's able to hit it, it's fine, and even if you put it a little bit out of range, it doesn't really matter. Next we're going to get a Crossbow Master here, where we will later get our Apex Plasma Master. With this strategy, it is really easy to get a degree 40, and even if you get something lower, let's say you only get a degree 20, it doesn't matter. You're going to get a very high number of pops either way. Ignore everything I do with a ninja. I never actually use a ninja in this strategy, but I do consider it. And once the phase is out of range of your Super Brittle, you're going to want to sell the Super Brittle and rebuy it, as well as sell the Sky Shredder to get a permanent brew, who will buff up all of your Dart Monkeys and your Ace. Now, in range with the permanent brew, we're going to get up another embrittlement with larger radius, as the attack speed buff from the permanent brew will pretty much make up for the downtime caused by larger radius instead of getting faster attack speed. So that's all good and dandy. If this video has helped you so far, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps the channel more than you know. As someone with only 34 subscribers, any single number going up makes my dopamine receptors go kind of crazy. So if I can get like 5 likes on this video, I'll be very, very excited. Up next, we'll be getting our second Crossbow Master, and moving the embrittlement so that it just keeps up with phase. Of course, we always want the embrittlement to be hitting, and during this time, of course, we're going to be using Super Monkey fan clubs just to get more pops, get a higher degree. It really shouldn't matter, because I'm able to get degree 50 in this video, so even if you're not using more Super Monkey fan clubs, you should still be able to get degree 40 or bare minimum 20, right? That would be hard not to get. So yeah, just keep on using your abilities. As phase comes closer and closer, you'll be getting more and more money. And honestly, in this clip, I do it a little bit early, but at some point when phase is coming close to the bend in the track, you're going to want to sell your defenses for an Apex Plasma Master. Of course, make sure all of your T5 Dart Monkeys are down. And do not sell the Ice Platform guy, the Snowstorm with larger radius, as that would sell a lot of your Dart Monkeys, which again, you will still get a degree 20 or higher, but if you want a degree 50, you want to get more pops, you don't want to sell it, right? And now all that's left is really basic. We're going to speed our way through it, but pretty much we're just going for Super Mines. And of course, we're going to be out-buffing Super Mines to give it a little bit more attack speed most of the time. This Super Mines probably isn't the most efficient thing you can do with your money. I like buying Dark Champions, applying Fortress, whatever you want. It's going to work. Everything does not the same damage, but it'll relatively do enough damage for you to still hit the 120 marker. And to my knowledge, there's no way for you to get much higher than that. So I get 121 in this video just by getting Super Mines, buffing it with a permanent brew so that its range won't be as finicky. But yeah, you just want to make sure that the mines are being targeted close to phase, and if it's hitting the map, or I mean if it's hitting the track, who cares? Everything that comes out is a mob anyways, and it dies pretty fast. Now in range of this permanent brew, we're going to get up 2 embrittlements. One of them is going to have range, or maybe both of them. Yeah, I think both of them have extra range because the permanent brew has a big enough attack speed buff to not matter. Now we can get up a Super Brittle and target our Spike Factory a little bit more down, and just as I get down a Dark Knight here, however it's not needed as your damage is going to be good enough without it, but just in case, it will add an extra 20,000 damage or so. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.